Are about to put the ball down again. 39, play 6.
Dacos ready to Victoria.
Micken over the top of the pack, gets it down to the ground. Now South Australia break out. Speed, Aish. Dangerous players had numerous touches to Abernathy. Abernathy onto the left boot, down towards centre half forward. 2 Victorians at home. At the back of the pack there, they stem the tie. That last line of defence through Roos.
It's an important move here. Roos has gone back to defence.
Now Dacos about to come onto the ground as Victoria drive it in towards the centre, but there's nobody home, and picked up again here by Aish. Is he going to be a dangerous player? Early moves in the quarter, any indication? Plenty of vigour being shown out there, and it's going to go in the direction of South Australia. The free kick, we said war was going to break out here, Louis, and it certainly has.
Well, it's a pretty uneven battle at the moment because they're running right over the top of Victoria. There'll be a free kick to McDermott. They've grabbed him around the neck. They've really scrubbed him there.
Yeah, the move is Muoff, and they lose to back pocket on Hall, and Dakes, of course, up the forward line.
Well, we wait now for McDermott. He'll be about 50 metres out from goal. Got the breeze right behind him, and of course, they've got a great move. Chris Mews off the ground. He's replaced by Dacos. Doesn't look too happy about it. There's the kick by McDermott. It's a long kick. Look at that. How about that? Oh, if you don't mind South Australia.
Gee whiz, what a dream start, Lou. They've really put the pressure on, and they're hunting the ball, and they're getting in front, and Victoria got us well. They've got to improve, as simple as that.
7-3-45 South Australia, and that's Victoria score down the bottom, believe it or not. 1 goal, 6 points. And we've played 18.5 minutes of this first quarter. And what a start for South Australia. They're looking at $1 million. It'll be Micken against Madden. Madden's had most of the knockouts. Not that one. Picked up by Platten. Driven out towards the half-forward line. There's a chance now for McGuinness to get clear, but they pile in there, and the umpire will ball it up on the point of the square down on South Australia's half-forward line.
The thing I'm disappointed about here is that there's not more South Australians here to see this football match.
Well, there'd be about 20-odd thousand. Could be a lot more, I should imagine. Ball knocked out by Kernahan. They're winning just about every department. They're piling in. They're going in for the ball as if they really want it. Victoria standing back, and of course they're winners the other night. We've had Williams, Healy, and De Waitman. They've been unsighted. There we see Dermot Brereton. He'll be on the ground pretty soon, I should imagine. And what left, they're kicking with the breeze, but
She's pack hunting there, Lou. It's real hard pack work in there, and this will suit us.
7-3-45 South Australia to Victoria. 1 goal, 6 points. 19.5 minutes gone of this first quarter, and they're looking good, South Australia.
That gets the tab out to Langford, out further here tomorrow to Watson. Misjudged it. Platten's in there. Silvani over the top will get the free kick.
I make my apology, I want to say, for us.
Well, we thought you married for West Australia. I wouldn't worry about it, Neil. I wouldn't have guessed you one-eyed, Gully.
Silvani puts the ball to centre wing. Underneath it, they're fighting hard. There's Dacos, and will pick up the free kick. I didn't see what it was for.
Holding on, okay.
Bit of Dacos. Drives the ball in short, looking out here for Bolton. And Bolton takes the mark, gets it on quickly across here to Harris. Harris lets fly to centre half forward. Looking down here for the player at the back there, which was Silvani. Couldn't do it. Now, South Australia defend well to Abernathy. The ball's loose. Picked up here by Hughes. Hughes out wide. Centre wing. Platten couldn't grab the ball or couldn't bring it to ground. Now Victoria through Hughes. Cleverly dodges it. Oh, good tackle there by Hall. Play on. South Australia have the advantage. Kernahan has it on the half-forward line. Swings around. There's nobody in the square. The ball's up high. Linder's leading in the race for the ball there with Crawley. Crawley's going to take it through here. Just touches it.
I'll tell you what, he was pretty lucky to get that. Nearly bounced away from Frawley then, didn't it?
Well, he got there. That was the important thing. It was a desperate defence by Frawley, and he had to do it. And Frawley, of course, is a class player. He knows where to put his body. He's got Lidner covered there.
Now the time on of the first quarter. 7-4-46. 1 straight goal. The ball back from Victoria's full-back line. Oh, should have taken a mark. Daly went straight through his hands to the ground. Now a chance here for Abernathy. Drives it back. Who's at home? Crawley from behind. Punched from the side. And forced through for another behind.
47 plays, 6 points. And we're just on the 21.5-minute mark. It's been a great first quarter for South Australia. That'll give them a lot of encouragement. They've been kicking with a strong breeze, but still it's a fine effort as the ball comes back into play now. Well, it's over the pack. There's a chance for Royal to pick it up. A hand pass coming over to Morris, but it's a hurried kick, and that's how they've been playing. That's how they've been putting pressure on Victoria all night since the very first bounce.
Well, that's sharp around the packs tonight, South Australia, Lou.
Well, they look a lot keen. I think they might have been foxing the other night against New South Wales to give us confidence. Ball tapped out by Micken. There's a chance for Ace to get clear. They've collared him. He can't get it out. McGuinness tries to go for a hand pass. Taken away by Madden after Bertie DiPietro a minute ago. There's a go now for Waitman. And here they mess it up. They're taking too long. They can't get clear. He was lucky to get a free kick here. They messed around for 5 minutes, the two of them. So Healy goes for a pass out wide. It's a bad one to Williams. He kicks it off the ground. Going after it again is Williams. He's in a bit of trouble. Oh, golly, inward stretch pretty hard. And the umpire will play a free kick for a trip.
Yes, you got, like, I'll pay the player every time he puts his hands down when there's a boot coming.
Ball to come back. It'll be stretched to take the free kick. Into the quarter by 22 and a half minutes. 7-5-47.
Silvani's real sore.
Victoria 1 goal, 6 points. The first quarter of the championships.
He's gone, Silvani.
Silvani not looking good.
A bad corky.
There's the ball back into play. At the back is Madden. Blue couldn't hold the mark. Silvani's grab goes to try and get through the pack, but couldn't do so. Back to Silvani again, and he'll have to ball it up. On Victoria's half-forward line, but it's a heck of a way out from their goals. It might...
come on, what's this?
Now that's Neil Curley. Don't think he's one-eyed, ladies and gentlemen. As the ball goes back towards the full forward position. Sam in one hand. He was grabbed by the other by Hughes, but the umpire didn't worry about that. As the ball goes back now, they all fly. No one can take the mark. Punched out. Good play by Silvani. Now can Madden get it? He can't bend down. It's picked up by Bolton. Bolton goes for a kick, but they're too strong in defence. Oh, Waitman went through pretty hard that time, lifted it up a bit. Danny Hughes with a chance. Salmon a mile away down there at fullback.
Danny Hughes handballs out to teammate in Ace. The break doesn't go South Australia's way. Ace still controls it, though. Desperation, good football. Salmon tries to tap it forward, but it goes straight to McGuinness. McGuinness quickly to centre wing. In front, Victoria can't bring it to the ground. It was Ruse on that occasion. Players struggling desperately on that centre wing punt and throws his 2 or 20 cents worth in. Here's Maley. Danger. Picks it up. Clever. Looks for somebody. Oh, that was a half-fake hand pass. Came out in the direction here of Campbell. Campbell quickly to half forward. Is he going to stay in play? In front there is Crawley. Couldn't control it. That ball's gone over the line some 55 metres around from the South Australian attacking zone.
Yes, well, it's tough footy out there. Like, the Vics know they've got a lift, and they're going to try and find everything humanly possible now to get back in this footy match.
Certainly the most entertaining game we've seen so far of the carnival. Picked up off the pack here by Watson. Doesn't go far. It's South Australia driving it back to the goal square. Where's Linda? Behind this time. Couldn't grab it, but South Australia have got it. Here's Platten. Put it under the boot. South Australia have got goal number 8. Oh, what a flying start for them.
These things are going their way, though. Like, they're getting the run of the ball, and that's what you need to win a big footy match. They couldn't have wished for a better start, and the ball is falling. The little men are being very, very good.
That was great play on the part of Hall. He got it out to Platten nicely. See that?
Yep.
That's Platten's second. Got his first at the 7.5-minute mark, and he's got his second goal well and truly into time on. That's his 4th kick too.
We keep saying the prime movers the other night for Victoria haven't been sighted yet. Waitman, Williams and Healy.
53 plays 6. What a start for South Australia just on the 25-minute mark of this first quarter. It'll take a bit of running down as Royal gets out of the pack, but it's a hurried kick. He's kicked it anywhere. And a great mark taken here by Bunda. They've really got their confidence up now. And once this mob get in front, they take a lot of running down. The ball back towards the centre of the ground. Oh, flying up before acceptance was Langford, picked up by DiPietro a minute ago. Langford back to Madden. Back it goes towards centre half forward, but they're flying anyway. Dacos lost sight of that. It hits the deck as it finally a hand pass. Silvani out the way, but this could be a goal. He better take it, and a siren will go in a minute. Oh, the big fella's going to lose it. He should have had a shot. Oh, look at the crowd. They're going mad here.
Made a free kick to South Australia. I don't know what for, but there is.
Oh, look, Victoria doing the block a little bit too. They're falling to the old trap, coming in a bit. There's the siren in the first quarter. And what a first quarter it was by South Australia. 8 goals, 5-53 to Victoria. 1 goal, 6 points. Stated about that. It's brought the best out in them. 47 points in front. Victoria kicking with the breeze. There's Dermot Brereton going through for a hand pass. A good one over to Langford. And the ball driven out towards Morris. Right on his tail is stretched. Can he get there in time? Victoria badly needing a goal here now. Looking for DiPietro a minute ago. Royal chips in. Hooks the ball back, but McIntosh in the way. He's a tough cookie. He's already been reported. Over to little Platten. These little fellas are tearing Victoria apart. The ball is out of bounds. Out of bounds on that... on that centre wing position on the outer side. 53 plays 6. And that's South Australia's score. No one ever dreamt of a start like that as McIntosh grabs it again. Over it goes now to Whittlesey for South Australia, but ball out of bounds.
As we anticipated, Lou, Silvani off, and of course Barrett on.
Well, they've been tacking very hard, South Australia. Graham Corns would be tickled-pink with that start. A magnificent start by South Australia. There's McIntosh again. But Gully's a tough sort of a guy. Knocked on by Harris down towards Victoria's half-forward line. But going through the pack now is Abernathy. Couldn't get clear, but he might have got one too high. We'll let go over there to McIntosh. Now it's to Abernathy. He's a toughie, isn't he, this guy?
I tell you what, you crack rocks on this little fella.
I wouldn't start doing it, I'll tell you now. As Kernan punched away by Langford, picked up by McDermott. They go back into attack now. Victoria still in plenty of trouble. Chance for Roos. They've got him down in defence. He missed that. Picked up by Platten. And look at Johnny Platten go as he sends it out wide. It'll be okay. A chance for South Australia to go back into attack that time. Right down there. Back it comes to Campbell. He fumbled, but they'll get away with it. Little Maley couldn't pick it up with the umpires. Found a free kick, and it'll go to Buse out there at half-back.
Andrew Buse looks for Healy. It's gone over the top of his head. This lets South Australia in. Bradley. Now coming through here is Bolton. Bolton across to Healy again. Healy has a look further up the ground to centre half forward. Brereton from the back. Can he grab it? No. Punches the ball to the ground. Royal couldn't control it. South Australia have it. No. Back again to Victoria. High. Royal puts it up into the square. Yes, and it's got a leg break and gone through. A little bit of luck's gone Victoria's way.
Well, you need that to get back into a football match, and the mistake was up here on the half-forward line for South Australia when Campbell fumbled, and they allowed Victoria to gain possession, and that's a good goal, a very good goal indeed.
Let's have a look at Royal spin around on the left boot there. The ball coming in as did in the game prior, and that's his first goal on the board. 53 plays 12. Victoria.
Could be a good duel here with Brereton and Leslie. They're both pretty fiery customers.
Just about to say the Victorian runner coming out onto the ground. Bounce down. Micken. Player struggling. Platten gets it out. The umpires plucked out a free kick, and there's an altercation at the back of the pack, which I was looking at, just between Brereton
and Leslie.
So it's a fiery start, a fiery encounter. We'll find out what's going to happen here. It's going to go South Australia's way.
Right. Well,
who's going to take it?
We've got two good.
Here it is, it's still on.
We've got two hard players in our side. One's Leslie and one's McIntosh.
Well, he was measuring Brereton off then that time, wasn't he?
Play underway again out there. They're not going to muck around South Australia. They want to get the ball moving. They're in front on the scoreboard. They're in front on the fights too, from my opinion. Down here to Kernahan in front. Can't do anything. Now they've got a chance. Out here to Platten. Platten from 25 metres. Goes high in the air. Lindner. Yes? No, comes to the ground. Buse trying hard in there. Picked up by Healy. Booted high. Centre wing. Bolton. 2 against 1, and it's all South Australia, and falling back, taking a good mark is Mark Naley. Now Naley is a player short. Is he going to drive it long? Runs around the man on his mark. Drives it in towards the square. In front, Platten.
Good body work there by Lindner.
Well, and the crowd right behind South Australia. 53 playing 12, and Platten has a chance to put their 9th on the board at the 4-minute mark.
We'll see the replay here, I hope, and it's beautiful body work by Lindner to block.
Johnny Platten has done exactly what the Victorians did the other day. The small men have done a lot of damage. Platten comes in, right foot on its way. There's no mistake there. Neil Curley claps their hands. That's their 9th.
Yeah, it was good football. That was great.
Presenting Nisson's award.
Away from that centre half-back position by Boss. The umpires found a free kick. It'll go to Healy. Healy, Williams and Waitman were the prime movers the other night. But they've hardly been sighted tonight. Well, it's Brereton going over the pack. He's got a job to do too with Leslie because he can handle himself, number 17.
Oh, I didn't like that kick going in there.
So it'll be a ball up about 50 metres out from the Victorian goal. Just keep your eye on that number 17 with Brereton. Up she goes again. Micken and Madden knocked out by Micken to the boundary line. Defensive football. And they've bottled Victoria up all night. They haven't given them a chance to breathe.
I think the big trouble with Victoria, they've got to try and find some winners around the pack.
Well, our small men are not sided. I'm saying, now you've got me following your jargon. The ball comes back now. Waitman yet to have a kick. He's had a couple of hand passes. Picked up by Whittlesey. There's a go now as we see the ball pushed in the back. The umpire said play on against McGuinness. Campbell, the ball driven up there by Abernathy. Well up towards the half-forward line. Coming out to meet it is Hall. Roos has got him covered. He grabbed Roos. And the ball will go over the line and out of bounds. We took 3 magnificent marks in that first quarter, Hall, and they've put Roos on him, who started off at centre-half forward to try and stop this bloke from being a danger player. 59 plays 12 into the second quarter of the final of the championships by just on 6.5 minutes.
Daly races around onto the right foot, drives it in short. There's nobody home. Linda's in front. Oh, cleverly scoops it back, but there's Bolton. Taps it out to centre wing. The race is on. Oh, good football. Everything's going South Australia's way, and Stretch did it well. Bradley got it up, pushed over the line. Now the free kick's going to go back here to South Australia. You can see Platten there having a duel with Harris. Now the free kick's going to go back to South Australia, and Linda's going to take it. See, he's copped one there.
Rob, you said everything's going South Australia's way, but they're making it go their way, Neil, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, they're playing in front. They're using the ball well. Oh, Bruce, that's ridiculous.
Drives it in towards the shorts. Came unstuck. Now Williams has one of his rare touches for the game. Drives to the centre wing. Waitman cops one in the back and will take the free kick on centre wing. Now Dale Waitman. See what he can do with it. Bolton is asking for the handball. Go back and kick it long. Into centre half forward. Brereton setting himself at the back. 2 grabs to the ground. Umpire said no. You got it on the second grab, dropping the ball. Things are tough out there, and Hughes will take the free kick, or will it be McIntosh?
As I said before, that Leslie's a tough cookie. Look at him now when they go and bolt. He won't mess about this guy, I'll tell you now.
No, he's a tough ball.
South Australia want to get on with a game of football. Out to the open spaces, and Stretch takes the mark. He's got a Paddock to run in. Tippy Watson couldn't catch him. Platten in front. Chipping in nicely. And South Australia's ace.
15.
Been very, very impressive ace in the quarter and a half of football that we've seen so far. Victoria at the moment are rattled. 4 kicks and 4 marks to ace so far. He's well within scoring distance, in my opinion. Let's see what he does with it. Down towards the squares. It's swinging back. It's going to fall short. Marked in the last line. No to the ground, but the free kick will go Victoria's way. Play on. Going to play the advantage. The handball comes out there from Williams. Out across here to Healy. Healy's kick long, but waiting there is Bubner. And Bubner takes the mark centre wing. Far side of the ground here at Football Park. Bubner will drive it long towards centre half forward. Looking in there for Aish again, but in front, almost juggling the ball to the ground. Is it Hall?
Played the push. All it is.
And Hall, Tony Hall, has 2 goals to his credit. He's too far out to score for mine. He's going to go for the shorts. Looking for the lead for Linda in front. Getting a nudge out there was the big fellow in Madden. Simon Madden will take this free kick centre half back for the Victorian side. Tommy Olvin about to come on.
Well, they need someone. Victoria just on the 9-minute mark, and they're trailing by 47 points. The ball still on South Australia's forward line. Roos gets a hand pass to Dipper. He's been pretty quiet tonight too, as Roos goes for a short pass to Healy, making space out there. He's under pressure. Gets around Stretch okay as he sends the ball back up there looking for Big Salmon, but Hughes has got him covered. It bounces okay for Campbell. He shows a ton of pace. Drives it out wide towards that half back line. It's going towards the boundary line. And it's out of bounds, but that'll suit South Australia. And the scoreboard, 9-5-59, South Australia to Victoria. 2 goals, 12 points. Waiting for the ball to come back into play. It's been all South Australia.
Boss off, Elvin on.
Nickett and Salmon. Danny Hughes goes for a smack there. Another stack up, and the umpire will ball it up about 50 metres out from the Victorian goal.
A lot of pressure out there, Lou, now. It's being applied by South Australia.
Certainly is. Knocked out by Salmon. Comes back to Williams. Good play that time by Leslie. This fellow has a go, as I mentioned before.
They just can't find a winner, Victoria. Certainly not in attack, and nor across centre.
Ball back into play. Micken and Salmon jostling for position. Ball comes to the ground again. Pushed on by Royal. He got one a bit high, but the umpire didn't worry about that, and it's out of bounds again. But this suits South Australia because Victoria are not scoring, and we're over 10 minutes into the second quarter, and they're trailing by 47 points. Waiting for the ball to come back. Knocked out by Salmon. Not a good one. Dacos cops one. A hand pass back to Waitman. A shocking kick.
Good mark. Gee whiz, he picked it up like a slipskate.
Yeah, he certainly did. And that's Leslie again. So Leslie down there in the back pocket position for South Australia. Victoria can't break clear. Chance for Matt. Grabs up on a good mark. He's tried very hard, this fella, too, tonight.
He's had a good game. He's the best Victorian player on the ground at the moment.
So it's Madden going for a short pass or trying to drop it short to Salmon, but he's well collared. Hughes goes the knockout. The ball kicked out wide towards that the half-back line. This suits South Australia. They're bottling play up there, and of course, whilst they're doing this, there's throw-ins. Victoria not scoring, and time is going by. Seeing they're kicking with a strong wind. 11 minutes gone, and still 47 points the difference. Waiting with the ball to come back into play. It'll be Micken against Sams. The back there is Butler. He got the knockout to Bradley. He's collared by Bolton, but the ball is out of bounds. Still about 70 metres around from the Victorian goal.
I think we're getting the run on the ball at the moment to South Australia.
A change to take place for Victoria. Richard Osborne about to come on. We'll pick up who's coming off as Madden tries to get that out. Micken actually got the better of the duel. The handball's off from Bubner. It's heading in the direction of that half-back flank and over the line and out of bounds again.
Keeping it well. Sorry, they're keeping it well bottled up. I think it'll pay Victoria to try and go right across the ground if they get possession of this ball.
This is a vastly different South Australian side than we saw on Thursday night. The desperation.
I reckon they should be squads.
I think the crowd has got a little bit to do with it too, Louis. They're right behind them.
Well, Lou, we've had the last 6 years here. These two sides have produced some tremendous games of football. There's been nothing between them, and I couldn't possibly see how this game was going to be one way or the other.
Madden and Micken. Plenty of weight being used. Free kick's going to go the direction of Madden.
Hello,
Someone down at the back there, Naley.
Yeah, that Leslie still chasing after Burton. He wouldn't let him go at him by the front of the jump and nearly wrenched his head off that time.
Get you to keep an eye on Naley for me, Neil, as Madden takes this kick now. He's 50 metres out from goal, Madden.
Good kicker of a ball. It's better than neither could.
Let's have a look at the accuracy of it. Simon Madden, the left foot, comes in. He's steadied it out in the right direction. It's not going to make the distance. Swings back, and it's going to be forced through from behind. So Victoria move to 2 goals, 1-13. South Australia 9-5-59. And 12 3/4 minutes have gone in this second quarter. South Australia, they hold sway. They come out from fullback. The big fellow dropping back there as Micken takes the mark. Micken, left foot, looking out here for Kernahan. Gives his opponent yards there in Langford, and Stephen Kernahan takes the mark centre wing, or drives towards centre wing. High, jostling, positions. Roos couldn't do much with it. Aish gets the handball out. Tough customer McIntosh. Creates play. Open spaces to Abernathy. Left boot to half-back flank. Punched from behind by Bolton. But it's all South Australia. They come to the fall of the ball. Put it in towards the full forward zone, but there's nobody home. In front is Buse. Trailing him is Naley. But Buse wins out. Drives it back, nobody home. South Australia, McDermott, Chris McDermott, there's a goal to his credit. He'll put this one right down to the square. This is his 6th kick. Looking for Lindner. Jostled on that occasion. Ball has fallen to the ground. The free kick has got to go South Australia's way, and it's on again. Plenty of weight. Who's down on the ground?
Naley, he get the free kick.
Well, he's copped a couple of heavy ones.
He's normally a very reliable.
Mark Naley, have a look on replay. Gets driven into the ground there.
Oh, and who...
Plenty of weight being thrown around.
Yeah, well, of course, if you keep hammering these little fellas, they start to lose their zipper after a while, and I guess Victoria have got to try and slow them down somehow because they're controlling the game.
Due respect, they are the prime movers.
Well, they've got to do something. They're not doing much at the moment, Victoria, are they?
Oh, well, you know, our little fellas are just controlling the game at this stage.
Naley, let's fly. That one's offline, though, unfortunately, for South Australia.
Normally back him in to kick that.
That was his 6th kick of the football. Naley. On screen, 9-6-60. South Australia, Victoria, 2-1-13, 14.5 minutes gone of the quarter.
Ball back into play again. There's a chance for Madden. He's Victoria's best player by a mile. Over to Elvin. A short pass. Looking there for Osborne. He's outsmarted that time, and the ball picked up in now by Bradley on the wing position. He's showing a lot of dash. He's gone for the boundary line. Was that deliberate? I think it might have been against him. He's paid it.
Yeah.
Well, I think he made that a bit obvious, didn't he?
Yeah, well, I don't know about being paid a free. It was certainly a deliberate kick.
Oh, we're not even winning yet, Neil. Don't give us a bit of a chance, mate. It'll be just another ball up, and still on Victoria's forward line, about 70 metres out from the goal, but they can't score goals. They've only got 2 goals, 1 on the board, to South Australia 9-6. As we approach the 15.5-minute mark, the umpire's found a free kick again. It'll go to McIntosh, and what a tough cookie. They've got 2 tough big cookies out there, South Australia. One number 14 is McIntosh, the other 17 Leslie. He's got Dermot Burton pretty well covered at the moment. Ball back out towards the wing position. There's Kernahan flying. He's coming right down from centre half forward. He's just about grabbed this on the half back line.
Yeah, Langford's got him covered in the aerial duels when they're man-to-man, so he's got to get alone.
Ball got up that time, one hand, it wasn't good enough, and the ball is out of bounds. But this sort of play suits South Australia, kicking against the breeze, Neil.
Oh, yes. I think Graham Corns and the South Australian boys will be very happy at this stage.
47 points the difference.
Cover the back.
Ball back into play, knocked
There.
out by Matt, doing very well. Well picked up now by Langford, goes for a long kick, looking for Burton. He's got away from Leslie, got one from Hughes a bit high. Umpire called play on. Hand pass coming out now to Micken, and Big
Burton's
Micken.
gone. Burton's gone. He's unconscious. Well, not unconscious. He's got concussion, Burton. He's in real trouble.
The ball out there on that wing position now, picked up by Kernahan. Well played that time by Roos. Couldn't get clear, but he scrambles across the ground on his knees to knock it out of bounds.
He copped a bad one there, Burton, and he's a little bit groggy.
Well, he's got a pretty tough cookie out there on that Leslie. It'll be Kernahan against Madden. Madden just dominated the ruck, but to no avail for Victoria. Picked up by Roos. The ball back towards the centre of the ground. Coming out to meet it now is Osborne. Going after his Campbell. Good play by Osborne. There's 2-on-1 there. Burgess and Campbell go with him. Burton went into Burgess. Couldn't get him. Down goes Campbell. And Osborne got him too high, and he'll take the free kick. Burton going mad at the umpire. Didn't you see that happen to me, he said before.
Well, you know, things can go either way, but you've got to keep having a go at the ball occasionally.
I'll say you do. Back in the centre again. It's Micken with the mark. He's down towards centre half back. Victoria really in the hot seat as the pack fly has a go now. It's Abernathy over to Platten. He's already kicked 3 goals. He's had 9 kicks and a good strong mark taken by Roos in defence down towards the back pocket position.
There's a chance
To
now.
come into the game now as Victoria have got a paddock here. Picked up by Waitman. The handball's on to Williams. Williams for kick number 3. Drives to centre half forward. It's going to go over the top of Salmon there. And Danny Hughes playing a good game in defence so far tonight.
Well, the kick was terrible. They didn't give Salmon a chance.
Good judgment. Hughes to centre wing. Falling a diving mark. Picked up on that occasion by Michael Aish.
Well, they've had great players in Ace, Platten, and also McDermott. The little players, and Nailey's been a dangerous player too.
Yeah, the kick is high, centre wing. Punch to the ground. Alvin has a chance now, picking up the ball, driving it in towards centre half forward. Dacos trying to control it, does so. Clever, grabbed a little bit too high or too long. Let's see what the decision is. It's going to be too high.
Correct decision.
Peter Dacos, and you can see the mark of Dermot Brereton on your
Got a
screen.
nasty face there too. He's had a whack in the lip. He's going mad.
Comes down, Hughes. As a fresh air shot goes high in the air.
What's the old story, Lou? You live by the sword, you die by the sword.
That's the way it goes.
Giviera Menigo diving on the ball there, just about 20 metres out from the Victorian goal, and the umpire will put a ball up.
You know, I think a couple of Victorians may have had the thing they could have outmuscled a few of our boys, but that won't take place.
Salmon, it is in there. Williams. But it's all South Australia. They've got time. The handball's to Platten. Platten in towards the centre of the ground. The handball's on again. Back to Platten. Beautiful football, South Australia. Out to the open spaces, looking for Nailey. He's got time to look and judge. Grabs the ball, looks for somebody further up the ground. Although they're going to be outmanoeuvred here on this occasion. Bolton came across the back there of Bradley. Almost came unstuck. Danny Frawley desperately trying to get the ball going forward. Will get the free kick for getting a nudge in the back.
Well, time's running out for Victoria to do something in this quarter. Like South Australia have bottled them up brilliantly, and they just haven't allowed them anything up forward at all to kick to.
19.5 minutes gone of the second quarter. Danny Frawley takes the free kick to centre wing. Grandstand side. Looking for Madden.
Yeah.
Madden, 2 grabs, yes.
He's done everything, Madden. He's really tried to lift the side, and he's had very little support at this stage.
Undoubtedly Victoria's best player on the ground so far. A lone effort. Simon Madden drives it in towards the centre, looking for Dibiata Menigo. He's a long way across from his wing. He's off. Dodges one. Comes back onto the right boot, looking for Alvin. Ducking back, trying to mark the ball. Outmanoeuvred. Campbell in front. Won't come up. The ball's going to go over the line and out of bounds.
Once again, Victoria just can't get smooth movement.
Dermot Brereton not looking too good. Got a nasty knock on the face there. He's pretty unhappy about it, and I don't blame him. Ball out of bounds. Out there on Victoria's half forward on a chance now for the ball to be picked up by Dacos. Looking there for Salmon. Couldn't hold the mark. He's not grabbing him tonight.
He only had Platten to beat, too.
There's a hand pass coming over. A ball driven up there by Hughes.
Lucky. Things are going South Australia's way.
Oh, Kernahan's got a mark. They're doing what they like now. There's a go now for Abernathy to send the ball right up towards the full forward position. Hall having a jostling match there. All go down. There's a go now for a goal. He's only got to pick this up. He's grabbed.
Oh.
Hall grabbed. He
Back.
could have got clear, and the umpire said it'll be holding the man.
Gee, there were panic stations there, though, from Hall. That should have been a clean take and an easy goal.
I think he might have been lucky to get that free kick for holding the man, just the same.
I think it's a bit high, Lee, you'll find.
Got him on the head.
Bit high.
Well, OK, let's see. He's got the free kick, and this is a dangerous one again for Victoria because they're still trailing by 47 points. This will make it 53. If you don't mind, no one's left this. They're right behind him here. The only one's barracking for Victoria, the head trainer and a couple of training staff and a few commentators we know pretty well. Down goes Healy. Couldn't get clear. A hand pass comes out now to Bradley. He's grabbed by Di Pierdomenico, and the umpire said he'll be dropping the ball. Victoria kicking with a strong breeze this quarter, but can't do anything about it.
Hadn't clear in the middle, he missed him.
There's the kick down towards Salmon, but they've covered him like no. There's a chance for a goal now. Wakeman's only got to pick this up, going for a hand pass. A bad one it was, but he got it through.
Beautiful.
He's one of the game's great natural talents. Undoubtedly Australia's best centre-half forward, he is also one of the best marks in the business. Kerners to his teammates, this easygoing champion has the football world at his feet, and he is just 24. Kerners played 136 games with Glenelg in South Australia before being wooed across the border to Carlton, but the powerful Blues had to do a lot of talking to clinch that deal.
Carlton have been speaking to me since I was about 16, and I played 5 years of league footy here back home in Adelaide before I finally made the decision.
It has had a dream run in the senior ranks. One success has followed another.
It's been a pretty good last couple of years, winning a premiership in '85 here with Glenelg, and then finally making the move to Victoria and to playing a premiership side last year and to captain. It's certainly a great thrill, and it's another year now, so I'll be looking forward, and hopefully things can go well this year.
The boy who has made good in Victoria says he will definitely return home to Adelaide one day. And when he takes the field tonight at Football Park, the side will blitz the opposition. He's looking forward to a very tough match.
Well, obviously it's going to be a good game.
South Australian goal. Victoria got to try and keep them goalless in this quarter. They're going to have any show at all because 47 points is a long way down the drain. Knocked out by Kernahan. Ball picked up by Newback on the ground again. Well, Morris gave one there to go on with, two towards Campbell. Didn't quite connect him. Picked up by Di Pierdomenico. He kicked Morris in the face with the ball. Picked up by Mew again, but they're putting pressure on Victoria. They can't get an even break to get clear. And the ball is finally, well played by McGuinness. Put it back into play, but no one there for South Australia. It's Harris to come out of the pack. Drop it short, flying high as Osborne. Couldn't hold the mark. Timmy Watson grabs it nicely. A long hand pass coming over to Healy.
Right.
Healy back to Williams. It's been unsighted tonight as he goes for a pass. And it's a good one. Salmon well out. Back to Morris. Morris goes for a kick, but it's a wild one. It'll be out of bounds.
Just took the line, Lou.
So just over the 4-minute mark, it's South Australia. 10 goals, 666 to Victoria, 3-1-19.
First semblance of running football by the Victorians, and they used their running players nicely. Got the ball moving, and they looked a threat then. And of course, they've got to do more of it.
Undoubtedly the best game of the whole carnival. So it should be. The grand final. Champions 88 of this bicentennial carnival. Silvani tries to weave his way through, almost threw the ball away. Pushed in the back there, will go Victoria's way. Underneath it is Williams. Clayton's not going to let him up in a hurry either. Now, Greg Williams, if he gets this free kick, is going to be probably pushed around on, what's that, a 75-degree angle. He's going to try and crib a little bit.
He's a bit hopeful if he thinks he can kick it from there. He'll have to come right around, and it's a very difficult kick with the breeze floating the ball right across the face.
Yeah, this is Williams' 8th kick.
He'll have to back-check this a little bit.
South Australia 10-6-66, Victoria 3-1-19. A badly needed goal if Williams can steer this one through. He can't, I don't think.
Across the face.
So Victoria go to 3-2-20. South Australia 10-6-66. Been some great individual duels on the wings.
They're mostly won by the South Australians, incidentally, too.
I think Brereton's done it for... not Brereton.
Kick.
Falling back there is Silvani taking the mark.
They've got back in the game
at the moment, though.
Not really. They've got back in the game here, Victoria. They're holding South Australia well.
Silvani looking for Salmon down in front on this occasion. And Salmon takes the mark.
They've opened a lot better this quarter. They've kept South Australia scoreless, and they've got a chance here to kick a very valuable goal. Well, a much-needed goal against the breeze. I'd say he'd get the distance. The accuracy is his only problem.
Why have you got your fingers crossed? Could I ask that, Neil?
I've got my legs and everything crossed, Lou.
Salmon yet to get a goal so far in the game.
Low wind.
45 metres out from goal. Almost in front. Ball's on its way. Is it going to stay in? It swings back nicely. That's a goal.
Yeah.
Out towards the wing position. Langford went for McIntosh that time. Miss Kernahan comes in. Alvin goes down. There's a chance now for the ball to come out from McDermott. Over it goes now to Ace. Ace up towards the forward pocket. Roos with a beautiful mark.
Good mark.
There's a box on there. Linda and Crawley are having a go. Look at this.
Well, Danny's a pretty fiery customer. He doesn't like any of his teammates getting dealt with, and I think Roos may have copped one a little bit late.
Well, that's the Irish coming out in Danny. Danny takes that one. We see Crawley go for a hand pass to the umpire, bringing it back into this third quarter. The final of the Bicentennial Championship. 7.5 minutes gone. 10-6, 66 South Australia to Victoria, flagging 4 goals to 26. Madden at the back. Goes the tap on a beauty. Comes back to Mew, but he fumbles. There's a chance for Silvana. He's lifted his game too, but goes after it again, but he goes down. There's a chance for Campbell. He actually threw that out. Picked up by Abernathy now on that half-forward line. Goes for a short pass. It's a bad one, but it's Micken picking it up now. McDermott looking for a kick up there towards the full forward position. Lindner's there. Frawley goes to punch. And the umpire's found a free kick to Frawley. It'll go against Linder for hanging on. 40 points the difference. Can Victoria get back? There's still plenty of time if they're good enough, but they certainly weren't so hot in the first half. Now it comes towards Bradley. It'll beat him and the ball is out of bounds, but it's still on South Australia's half-forward line, about 70 metres around from their goal. 66 plays, 26 in favour of South Australia, and they've been looking good, but Victoria certainly have lifted their game in this third quarter. Little Johnny Platten already kicked 3 goals. Drives it up there. Forced out that time by Crawley now on Lindner, and the ball is out of bounds.
He's a great hook of a ball around the pack, around his body, Platten.
Waiting now for the ball to come back into play. A chance for South Australia to score. It's only about 10 metres around from their goal. Madden against Kernahan. Madden gets it down again. Platten missed that. Lindner missed it too. Crawley's going in. The umpire said it's out of bounds again. There'll be a penalty free kick down there in the back pocket to Victoria.
Healy takes the free kick. Drives it out towards the half-back flank. Up from the back of the pack. Nobody there. Now here's a chance here for Morris to get the ball out. Does so. Victoria drive it. Looking up here for Brereton. He's in front. Takes the mark on his chest. And Dermot Brereton to the applause of the crowd.
They're starting to move a bit now, Victoria.
Out to Watson. Watson's got plenty of space to run. Looks for the shorts. Out here to Waitman. And Dale Waitman takes this mark 60 metres out from goal. 50 metres out from goal at least. On the mark there is Whittlesey. Waitman too far out to score, only having his 3rd kick for the match. Drives into the goal square. It's a high drop punt. It's going to fall short, looking for Salmon. Nudged out. Brereton tried to come over the top and grab it. Waitman in underneath, uses his body. Desperation, but here's Ace again. He's been dominant in that back line. Takes plenty of time. Drives it out towards no man's land. And forces over the line is Hughes for Victoria.
South Australia have lost their sharpness quite a bit. Victoria right back in this game. I'd say South Australia have to kick 2 or 3 goals this quarter to be safe.
It's Madden and Micken to do the ruck work. Micken has the front spot. Madden tries to get his body in, goes high out there towards Platten and Williams. Williams in front, cleverly back to a teammate. It's gone over the line. No, still in play. Victoria doing it hard. Healy wheels around, looking for Osborne. Osborne picks up, back to Healy, left foot, further down, looking for Waitman. He's in front, comes to the ground. Now, Victoria throwing their weight in. Waitman's in everything over there, but it's very, very scrambly play. Watson gets it out to Healy again. Healy looking for a lead. Where's Brereton? Couldn't drag it in. Desperation. South Australia. Hughes high towards the centre of the ground. 2 against 1. Here's the runners. Coming through here is Whittlesey. Out to Kernahan. Kernahan to McDermott. McDermott's got the running shoes on. Oh, from 55 metres out. What a magnificent goal. Has it gone through? No, through for a behind. Oh, what a great goal that would have been.
Yes, that was a beautiful bit of movement, and McDermott could see the goal square was free, and he took the long shot. He was just offline.
Well, that's the only option he had left open to him. There was no one up there to kick it to. Roos to bring the ball back into play again. 67 plays 26. South Australia still dominant. Big Madden has 2 grabs. Has a look at the umpires and say, what else have I got to do to get it? Well, Johnny Platten jumping up in the air trying to tap it away. Goes for the handball. Ball coming up down. There's no confidence in Victoria's play at all at the moment. Well done, Platten. Platten and Hughes exchanging words and blows. I don't think they'll be sitting beside one another perhaps at the dinner table tonight after the game. Big Madden gets himself up off the ground.
Well, you expect this type of pressure and feeling in a game such as this. These boys are out there giving their all for their state, and they're committed. And there's going to be a few cobwebs brushed around.
That's right. Into this third quarter by just on 12 minutes, 41 points the difference in favour of South Australia. Knocked out by Kernahan, back there to McGuinness. Ball driven up by Healy again over the half-forward line. A chance for Whittlesey to grab that one, but Waitman's there with him.
Waitman to the ground.
And Waitman out there, and they're all battling there, but finally the ball is driven up by Silvana, who's played a lot better in this third quarter over the top of the pack. But there's a chance now for the ball to be picked up by Leslie, a very strong player, as he shoots it back towards that half-back line. Picked up again by McGuinness. Out it goes to Whittlesey. McGuinness backing up well, gets a hand pass out, and the ball finally driven over the half-forward line by, up towards the half-forward line by Burgess. Harris run into his own mate that time. He's grabbed by Platt and gets it back now to Roos. His kick is not a good one. Now it's picked up by McDermott. There's a chance for a goal to Nailey over to Kernahan. Too long. But Kernahan's got time to recover. Not a Victorian inside. He straightens up, steady, fires. But he's goaled it.
Until now.
73 plays, 26. South Australia still looking very, very good indeed over the 13-minute mark. And it's back out there to Platinum. Buse having a great battle.
Good player Buse in that back pocket. He's a former Rover, of course. He knows all the tricks of the trade, and he's a very solid little customer.
Waiting now for the ball to come back into play. It's about 75 metres around from the South Australian goal. They're kicking with the breeze in this third quarter. Madden and Kernahan knocked out by Madden. There we see McGuinness trying to crash through the pack, but the umpire will ball it up. Still about 70 metres out from the South Australian goal. Getting ready to come on the ground is Bolton. I think they need more than Bolton at the moment, as we see Waitman go for the ball on the boundary line. They're trying to squeeze it out. McDermott got into him there, and the umpire said it'll be a ball up. And it's still about 75 metres around from the South Australian goal.
I'm surprised Waitman hasn't been a more damaging player, because Madden's been superb in ruck.
The feature of the play, Neil, has been the South Australia's tackling. They get that boundary throw in, heading up here towards Roos, and Roos drops across, takes a nice mark. Now the trouble is he's got no one to give it to on the grandstand side of the wing. He's got to go for a run. What are they going to do? The handball comes backwards to Buse. Now Buse is going to go for a run, but there is still nobody home. Osborne's down here on his own.
A little well.
To Frawley. Now they're starting to draw the play up the ground. Frawley gets it inboard to Alvin. Alvin ducks around. Is he going to get away? He's going to get caught. No. Gets the boot to ball. Centre wing. Osborne down. There to help support. Give support there to Healy. Comes across. Half-back flank. South Australia are going to get out of trouble after all that. Missed kick almost finds McGuinness on the chest. Desperation there by Victoria. And Russell Morris throws himself on top of the South Australian there in Burgess. Dibieta Menico off the ground.
Yes, well, he hasn't had a big night.
Umpire to put the ball down again, centre wing. 5 kicks he's had so far. There's Dibieta Menico, punched on cleverly by Abernathy. There's a chance for Waitman. Outmanoeuvred here by Nailey. Nailey gets it back to a teammate. Here's Leslie. Leslie, right foot to centre half forward, looking for Platten in front. Buse taps it to the ground. Good duel. Buse gets the handball out to no man's land. Burgess. Williams it is that comes across. He's dispossessed very quickly. Platten picks it up and snaps. It's high up in the air. It's all Victoria. And Paul Roos takes a good and a well-judged mark.
Well, thank heavens that Roos is down there for Victoria's sake, because he's really held that defence together in this third quarter.
Yes, he's stopped the Hall since he's come on the ground as a defender. He's gone to the offence. He stopped Hall dead.
Well, the handball line came undone by Victoria on that occasion. South Australia capitalised on it. And silly football from the big V. McGuinness now has a chance to turn around and put South Australia's 12th goal on the board.
South Australia's quickness with their legs and their handball, and they're looking up and seeing a player in movement, has been very, very good.
Tony McGuinness about to have his 8th kick. Let's have a look at it. Out to the right-hand side. He's headed off the right direction. In fact, it's going to be punched through, or it's going to be forced through from behind. So Victoria, 4-2-26, trailing South Australia badly, 11-8-74. Frawley about to bring the ball in. Long kick. Victorians have been really battling on that back line, and chipping in nicely, taking a good mark there is Campbell. Matthew Campbell put the ball back. Looking for Kernahan from behind. Yes, a good grab.
Well, this boy, of course, as we know, he's one of the best marks in Australia, and Campbell took quite a while to see him there, but Kernahan really had his eyes on. That was a good commitment, and he was too strong.
Well, that's his 4th mark. Stephen Kernahan, the vice-captain of the South Australian side, has his chance for his 3rd goal.
Lou,
Notched one in the first quarter. Has already had one in this quarter.
Lou, if this goes through, I think Victoria may need, I don't know what they'll need.
They need Aspros. I think you want to name a good stiff drink.
Yes, I think this could be the match seal of this goal.
There's Kernahan coming in from about 12 or 13 metres out. Let's see what he can do with it. There's no doubt about that. That's another goal. 56 points the difference. Williams to Silvani. He's got the mark, but Victoria finding it hard to score a goal. Over to Healy now. There's a chance now for Morris from a long way out up towards Salmon and Hughes, but it's too far for Salmon. Campbell comes in. He's got a ton of pace too. Back to Danny Hughes. Actually hit Watson in the back of the head with the ball, or the back part of his body, and the ball is out of bounds.
He's a desperate player back there, Hughes. He just wants to get rid of that ball.
Well, he's a real defender.
Yes, he certainly is. He's done a great job on Salmon.
Well, Salmon had plenty of trouble getting a kick. Ball back now to Waitman.
Hughes again.
Buse, I should say. Buse drives it up, but no one there. Oh, they had a clash, the two South Australians. They're going out for Waitman to score a goal.
Kick.
Screws it back, but off target and through for 1 point.
I'm a bit worried about South Australia's back play on those boundary throw-ins. We're not covering the defence at all.
Oh, I wouldn't be worried with the score 80-27. I'd be sitting back opening a snooze if I was as one. I was shooting the hill. I'm not worried at all. The ball back into play. Anyway, it's great to see Neil Curley still a favourite with his... still loves his own state. That's great. Back it comes to Healy. A long hand pass looking for Watson. Oh, down goes a player there for South Australia. Finally picked up now by Osborne. A juggle by Williams. He's in plenty of trouble. They soon collar him. And little Platten overruns the ball. A second chance for Williams, but a shocking kick. And the ball taken away from the danger zone by the South Australian defence. Out it comes towards the wing position. And the ball driven back there by Micken. Over the half-forward line. And Roos once again. He's been superb in this third quarter. That's his 6th mark. Healy again. Looking there for Williams. Takes the mark out at half-forward. Decides to play on. Looking for a lead here now. There's Brill. Flies. They all bring in the raspberry. The crowd as the ball comes back now to Waitman. A hand pass coming over to Morris. A goal.
You can see the altercations going on down there on the Victorian forward line.
Well, that's a good shot, isn't it?
And I'll give you the guess who's underneath the bottom of it.
Bottoms up, would you say?
Well, I think Dermot Berriton's down there. I can see Danny Hughes.
No, it was L too. They're still having their 15 rounder.
Leslie, well, they've been at it all night. Leslie, number 17 for South Australia, and Dermot Berriton. Dermot Berriton's still going mad. But he did get a nasty one just before half-time. His face was bleeding pretty badly.
That was a fair bump, Lou. There was a good shoulder bump by Hughes coming through, and you've got to expect that in football. The thing is then to top that, get your concentration back and get onto the ball game. Like they need Berriton providing drive through the forward line, and at the moment he's not doing that.
Yeah, there's going to be some sick and sorry boys, I think, in that dressing room tonight. Have a look at the mark across the face there of Martin Leslie.
Well, Leslie's not letting up a bit. He's still going after him. He said, don't keep that up, son. I'm going to be on your shoulder all day.
I think there might be a competition to see who's going to get the most war paint on them down there.
They don't hurt those after the game. They're only little scratches.
Berriton's got another one on top of the forehead too.
They'll be having a drink after the game.
Graham Corns would naturally be very pleased with his side's performance tonight. It's been a great performance. If they were racehorses, they would have been squabbed after the way they played against New South Wales.
Yeah, well, I think we once again, we're underestimating New South Wales. Their commitment is very good.
Well, they've dominated so far in the game, South Australia, and they continue to. 80 playing 33 into time on in the quarter. Alban trying to peg back Linda on this occasion, but Linda picks it up, sweeps onto the right boot in towards the square, but there's nobody home. And Healy takes a mark there in that last line of defence.
He's lifted his game this quarter too.
Gets it across to Roos. Here's the fellow that's kept Victoria in the game in the back line. Looking out here for Williams. Intercepted here by McIntosh. McIntosh all the time in the world dodges around Roos onto the left boot. Have a look at this one go up into the square. Kernahan!
Goal. I think it's a goal.
Well, it's either a mark or a goal, one or the other.
It's a goal now.
I'd give it to Kernahan. There you are, it's Victoria versus South Australia. Here, I'll pay Kernahan for the mark and you can have the goal.
Well, I wouldn't worry about it. He had a good each-way bet, Curly, that time, didn't he?
I thought he marked it through the goal square, but he's on a bit of a tight angle here. Like this is not a gimme goal. He's got to concentrate and do the right thing.
I wish we were close enough so I could have an argument with him. We're not close enough to put up a fair dinkum argument.
I'm glad you're sitting in the middle here, Louis, but Kernahan's going to have his 11th kick. No problems.
5-3-33. What a bath Victoria getting.
Oh, they'll keep at it, Lou. They won't give in.
Well, they've got to keep at it, but I'm not going back. I'm not waiting for Ted Whitten to get home. I couldn't stand him tonight. Drive a man mad. Ball comes out from Hughes. And it's Healy again driving it over the half-forward line, but a good mark taken there by Butler.
Boys played well.
Well, all the stars have been covered tonight. A hand pass back to Leslie. That's Dermot Brereton's best mate. But I suppose after the game they'll be as happy as they'll ever drink together.
No, beautiful.
Knocked out again. Ball driven down by South Australia to their half-forward line. There's Kernahan. Nearly grabbed that one. Picked up by Hall. Back it goes to Mew, but that's a wobbly old kick. He kicked it anywhere. Morris tries to smother it. Back to Bolton. Kernahan's grabbed by Bolton. Couldn't get clear. Langford couldn't get a kick either. So that's the pressure they're putting on Victoria. They can't get clear to do something with the ball. And a good mark to Silvani. I think he's played fairly well this quarter.
He's worked hard.
Worked really hard. Up it goes over the centre half-forward position. Salmon flew, lost sight of it. Timmy Watson with strong play, but there's no one there. There's the two Powlesy-Wowsy, Brereton and Leslie going after it. They both miss it. There's a chance now for a goal for Salmon. But he's off target, and it's through for 1 point, so it's not the big night. 5 goals, 4-34 as the siren sounds to end the third quarter. 13-8-86 to Victoria, 5-4-34, a difference of 52 points. Victoria kicking with the breeze. They've got Roos at centre half forward now. He played a great third quarter in defence. The ball knocked as they go for Healy. A long hand pass coming over to Harris. An open goal, but the ball didn't bounce his way. And it's forced. This is Leslie coming after it, and the ball is out of bounds. Well, it's certainly not your night when it happens like that.
Yeah, that's right.
When you're hot, and when you're not, you're not. The ball out of bounds about 50 metres around from the Victorian goal, and boy, do they need a couple in a hurry now. Johnny Platt played a great game. He's kicked 3. Little Harris has got a chance to make amends. He's about 45 to 50 metres out. I don't think he'll make the distance.
I'd say he's too far from there, Lou.
He's only a little bloke. He's not the longest kick in the world. It's the 7th kick as he boots the ball. I think he stretched too hard that time and pushed it out of bounds on the full, and a free kick will go down there to Leslie in the back pocket.
He had to keep that ball in play.
Just over the minute mark of this last quarter, and everyone counts for Victoria, 86 to 34. What a bath they're getting. At the back that time was Roos, knocked 2 of his own teammates down, but they've been doing that all night, Victoria.
Very happy to have the ball there, South Australia.
South Australia's given them a football lesson. They can't hold their little men. Their big men have played well. Their defence has been superb. They've really tightened up on the Vics. Danny Hughes and his mates, Leslie and all those other boys down there. There's Hughes and Salmon going, but punched out by Hughes. Salmon goes down. Silvani forced his way through, but Waitman's collared. They've been doing that all night to him too. He can't get out. And this is how they're bottling up play, and the Victorian attackers can't get clear.
Yeah, they've really controlled those packs tonight, Lou. The South Australian defence has been superb.
So it'll be a ball up about 30 metres out. Knocked out by Sam, and a chance for Morris. Picked up that time by Williams, but well smothered. A beautiful smother that time by Danny Hughes.
Played a superb game, Hughes. He's really been desperate back there.
Has Salmon kicked a goal yet? Two goals. Well, he's been a pretty quiet player, but it hasn't been delivered to him too well either, in fairness to Salmon. Ball knocked out to Waitman. A shot at goal. This could be the one that starts the Vics on their way. Let's hope it is.
Beautiful snap by Waitman. That's about the first, well, the only constructive thing he's done all night. He really read that.
Before you turn this key, remember, for prompt accident assessment, guaranteed repairs, and a full market value policy, take a turn for the better. Turn to RACV Insurance.
Gillette took the closeness of contour and gave it a lubricating strip. Now it feels smoother while you shave and smoother after. Contour Plus. First we made it closer, now we've made it smoother.
Tony Hall comes back. Alvin overruns the ball. The Victorians can't do much right at all at the moment. Still buttering up well, Alvin. Pushed in the back. Umpire will put a whistle on play, and the free kick will go Alvin's way. And Tommy Alvin will get the free kick on half-back flank, and a 15-metre penalty to go with it.
I see Mews back on the ground on Hall, and of course Roos back to centre half forward.
Alvin moving it quickly. Silvani tried hard.
Done well.
Left foot towards centre half forward. Brereton's caught flat-footed. And Martin Leslie comes across and takes a mark. There's plenty of South Australians out there. They can raffle this one. Salisbury gets the left boot to it towards centre wing. Now it's 2-on-1 from behind, but I think the nudge out will go South Australians' way, or is he going to pay the mark to Healy?
It's a free kick.
I think it'll go Victoria's way, actually. The man in front got the nudge out.
This is where Dermot's got to pay attention to the ball more. He's been caught out of position because he's not concentrating enough on the game further afield.
Well, he blames Silvani then for not kicking in the right direction, but you've got to make the move yourself.
Well, Silvani's forced onto his left leg. He's got to allow for that.
Well, they drive the ball forward. Looking for Salmon at centre half forward. To the ground. forced forward. Here's a chance now for Osmond to pick it up. Cleverly gets around. Now he's got no one to give it to. Now puts it onto the right boot. Out to the open spaces. Now he's found a player. And a beautiful mark by Russell Morris. Diving mark by Morris, who's 45 metres out, almost on the boundary line.
And he can kick this goal.
There was no one in the square, and it was good positioning, actually. He had no one to give it to. Morris puts the ball on its way. Oh, it's a beautiful sort of a kick, too. Is it going to hold up? Brereton from behind forces it through from behind.
I see Nailey often plays on for South Australia. Plays with his fresh legs. He could be a valuable runner into this breeze.
Danny Hughes will bring the ball back into play for South Australia. 86 plays 41. I can't see Victoria getting back into this game, Louis, even though I'd like to see them. The free kick's going to go South Australia's way, and it'll go to Bubner. Bubner got a touch out and a 15-metre penalty. They're pretty liberal with these 15-metre penalties tonight, but they're on, so they've got to be paid out to Bradley. Bradley a little bit further up from centre wing. He's on half-back flank. Hughes is on the mark for Victoria.
Yeah, well, South Australia want to keep the ball moving. They don't want to come stagnant and stopping. This sort of stuff is okay, but they've got to keep the pressure on.
Short passes on to Micken. It's only travelled about 20 metres. I tend to agree with you, though. While they're flowing, they should keep it moving. They're looking for Kernahan from behind. Oh, good grab. Tony Hall. Gee, he's been a great player. He's one of the players in this carnival that's impressed me. He's kicked 3 goals so far in the match. Nice mark. Finds teammate here in McDermott. Now McDermott is going to put this one up into the square, I would envisage, looking for Lindner or Kernahan. Double-barreled attack. It's going to go to the top of Lindner. Kernahan's the man in the band. To the ground. Micken the handball out to Platten. Danger. Platten to the left boot. Top line or swinging back. No. It's offline. So another behind goes on. 86 playing 42. 87 playing 41. We'll try that one.
Well, of course, now with Roos off Hall, he could well become another damaging player up there. And I guess Goggin had to take the chance to try and bolster his attack.
Just on the 6-minute mark, Corns getting a bit of angst, and I wouldn't worry if I was he. Out it goes now. Madden couldn't hold that mark, but he's tried very hard. Kicked off the ground by Tommy Alvin out towards the wing position. Will beat them all and out of bounds. So it's out of bounds on the centre wing. 87 plays 41, just over the 6-minute mark. They're only 20-minute quarters with time on. So if Victoria are going to have a chance, they better get a couple in a hurry. Williams gets it out to Healy. Healy's played better since half-time too. And this is Bubner. Just let that one fly anywhere. There wasn't a Victorian player within Cooey then. Knocked out by Williams, away from McIntosh, and the ball is out of bounds.
Yes, well, Victoria have got to get more goals in this last remaining bit of quarter than they have in 3 quarters, so it's a big contract.
There's the Big Dipper. He hasn't been in much tonight either. Down goes Abernathy, kicked off the ground. Back it comes to Silvani. Picked up by Bubner again. Nearly got a trip, but it's over to McIntosh. A high kick up there towards Langford, and Kernahan is finally forced out of bounds again. South Australia gradually working it around towards their half-forward. And, of course, this sort of play is right up their alley because Victoria are not making any leeway on that big margin they've got. They're far ahead of them, they are. So it'll be a ball up on that half-forward line, up towards their half-forward line, but it's a long way out from their goal.
I think Victoria just got to take chances now with running handball. They've just got to attempt something to get the game moving.
I notice on this side of the ground, the member side, there's not one player on that side past the centre circle, Neil.
Well, that's the side Victoria got to attack from.
There's the ball kicked up by Madden. And that's a good mark by Williams. Good, strong mark. Williams boots it down towards Salmon. Got his hands, but got one right behind the ear from Danny Hughes, but the umpire didn't take much notice of that. Picked up by McGuinness out there at half-back. It's no good waiting for him to come down to Abernathy. Back to McGuinness. They're giving Victoria football leg. This is Burgess going for a hand pass. Back it goes over there to Abernathy, and the ball knocked to McGuinness. It was the ball knocked out of bounds. So into this quarter by over 8 minutes. It's 13-9-87 South Australia, and Victoria looking mighty sick as this last quarter progresses. 6-5-41.
In the back of the pack, it was McDermott getting it down for South Australia. The handball's out. Trying to pick it up there is McGuinness. He can't control it.
That's as good as a kick out there for South Australia.
Well, South Australia have got the runners, Neil.
Yeah, they're content to bottle this quarter up. It's Victoria that have to do the attacking.
The ball in again.
Beautiful
Madden and Micken had a great duel all night. Madden got the better of that one. Picked up here by McIntosh. Inland to McDermott. Right foot, back to centre wing. There's 2 of them. Plenty of talk, and it's worked. Abernathy has the kick on centre wing. This is Abernathy's 10th kick. Drives it to that half-forward flank. Whistle's gone. No, play on. tapped to the ground here by Hall. Now a chance here for Campbell. Campbell driving it back, looking for Kernahan. And Kernahan's mark. Will he move it quickly? He does. Into the square. There's nobody home. Is he going to bring it back?
That's ridiculous umpiring playing the shepherd. The ball's coming in. The South Australian boy stood his ground. That's ridiculous umpiring.
So the free kick will go Victoria's way. And Stephen Kernahan not too happy with that as Robert Di Domenico is about to come back on. Gee, I thought he'd had a whack across the mouth there for a moment. It's a red mouth cut. The ball's into the centre of the ground. Good kick on that occasion. At the back, dragged in by Bubner.
Had a great game, Bubner, since coming onto the ground.
He's very
really
impressive.
My word.
Bubner. This is his 10th possession for the game. Bubner down here looking for Hall. Oh, good mark too. Made great position.
Well, Victoria paying the penalty, of course, of taking Roos off this boy.
Now, Tony Hall has 3 goals to his credit. I believe he's a little too far out to score, but he'll put it right into the square. Right foot drop punt holding up. Actually, a little bit of breeze up there and it's falling well short, but Linder's dragged one in from the back. 3 Victorians in front, and Linder's judgment was superb. The ball just floated in front. Oh, what an exciting player to watch on his night.
Yes, he certainly is. This boy, the Victorian public haven't seen the best of him yet. He really can, when he's on his night, he really can play footy. McIntosh coming off, who's played a great game in the centre. It's a risky move by Graham Corns.
That's the roar of the crowd you can hear.
But I think it's too risky now. As Jarman comes off the ground, I'd like to be sure of winning Tatsfollow this weekend.
Well, he's got to kick the goal, Lou.
Well, let's see whether, of course, Linder can get this goal. This will be his 3rd if he's true. Right foot on its way. Is he going to stay inside? No. So South Australia 13-10-88. Victoria 6-5-41, and Bruce Linder disgusted with himself, but should be justly proud of his efforts in this game here tonight. Crawley brings the ball back into play.
47 points the difference.
Oh, better.
Ball tapped out by Big Micken. That's Burgess going after. He's grabbed. There's plenty of scrambly play now as Di Domenico is on the ground again.
He's had a bad night, Dipper.
Ball up at that centre-half forward position, or shorter centre-half forward for South Australia. This suits South Australia, this big lead they've got, as Morris gets a hurried kick, but it's smothered. And there'll be a free kick. It'll go to Healy.
Bit sore on the leg, too.
Well, they look pretty tired as it comes out now to Watts. That's too high. And there's a chance now for Jarman to go for a long hand pass. Over there to McGuinness. Taps the ball on. Watson's got it on the boundary line, but he couldn't put the brakes on in time, and he goes over the line. So it'll be a throw-in from the centre wing position. This sort of play is certainly suiting South Australia, and Healy certainly hobbling around. It doesn't look 100% now.
Oh, dropped him. He dropped him.
Ace copped it. Beauty.
And the ball goes back, and a good mark taken here by Bradley. So Bradley with the ball now up there on that half-forward line, a good distance out from goal. But he'd go, I think he should go for a long kick.
Hey, old Dipper made his
Gone for a short one. Chance there for the skipper to take it for South Australia. He does. McDermott right on the boundary line. Still a heck of a way out from goal, but they don't care. They're leading by 47 points, and they've got the championship in the bag. Well, that's Roos going up. Kernahan with a goal. I would say a goal to South Australia.
Clatton sharked it, driven it out here to the half-forward flank, trying to trap it. Although he's trapped himself, Pays gets it in towards the goal square, but it's going to be offline. Linder is up before acceptances and forced over the line. Good defensive work there by Victoria. He's got some spring from a standing start, Neil, hasn't he?
Oh, yes, both Hall and Linder can jump, and they're dangerous players, but I don't think Victoria can win this game now.
I reckon you're right.
Bring the ball. There's a good kick. Kernahan comes out from full forward. The ball just seems to follow him all around the ground.
Oh.
And
free kick to Kernahan.
Free kick will go South Australia's way. I didn't see what that was for, actually.
Umpire indicated he had hold of his leg.
All right, the short's on. Dacos is coming off the ground for Victoria. Short passes on from Kernahan and found its mark in Tony Burgess.
He'll put this in the goal square.
Burgess, long kick. Holding up high, swinging back towards centre-half forward. Coming across the front of the pack there was Salmon. He's been put onto the ball. Oh, here's a chance here for Linder. The easy one. Spins around on the right boot. This will be miraculous if it goes. Will it bounce the other way? No, it doesn't. So South Australia add another behind. 14-12, 96 to 6-5, 41.
And doing all the attacking, which is the important thing as far as South Australia is concerned.
Victoria, Hughes on his own, but the ball's going to be brought back. The umpire hadn't finished waving the flag.
Well, Lou, there's the old story. You don't back racehorses and you don't back football teams. Who would have thought that we'd see this performance tonight after Victoria's great performance on Wednesday night?
Well, there was some pretty smart money around the town this morning, Neil Curley, that South Australia could cause this boil over today, because Victoria would have definitely gone into the game as the favourites. Out here to Abernathy. Gets it back. It's high. It's all Victoria, though. Watson has the chance on the chest. Oh, it almost came out.
Well, he dropped it.
Yes, that's how they're playing. They're not too certain.
No, they're not playing with any confidence at all, Victoria, and they've been run off their feet.
Bit tough on Platten. Fifth kick for Watson. Been very quiet today. Drives it up here looking for Madden. Over the top of the pack trying to bring in. There was Roos. They've moved him to the forward zone, to the open spaces, and it's going to go over the line and out of bounds. And it was all South Australia. It only had to go their way. I think they'd have put it back to whence it came before. Yes. Off the ground is Healy.
Well, he looked pretty sore out there in the that last quarter. 17 kicks. He did pretty well after half-time.
Yes, he worked hard.
Worked very hard indeed. But this defence of... there's a wrestle going on, I think, between... let me see what it is this time down there.
Don't worry about that.
It's Salisbury, but don't worry about down there. There's a chance here for little... Royal to take the mark, and he got a free kick into the bargain. They're still resting down here, these two guys.
Salisbury's another one I wouldn't tackle with.
Salisbury and Waitman having a wrestling match, but it's all over now. I wouldn't be fighting here tonight with the result like it is for Victoria. I'd be going off the ground with my head between my legs.
That may well happen out there, Lou. There's not going to be too many proud Victorians out there tonight.
Certainly not. This is a kick by Royal, won't make the distance. Punched out again. That defence has been superb. Burton on the top of the pack, but he's been very quiet. They certainly collar him. And they're stacking up there as Platten comes out with the ball. That's what they've been doing all night. Over it goes to Abernathy. Abernathy drives it out wide, looking for his skipper, McDermott. But there's a good mark take now. Has he got it, Hall? Yes, he's marked it. And that's a great mark to Hall. They've been too brilliant all over the ground. Even though we're Victorians, you've got to give credit where it's due.
Gee, Kernan can't get this ball.
There's a good mark taken there by Roos. He hasn't played a bad game either. 7 marks he's had, and we haven't had many good players. Victoria's Royal goes for a hand pass. He misdirected that. Poorly went with that. Was Langdon went without the ball. Back it goes to Bradley. Well, it comes back to Jarman. A hand pass back to Bradley. Again to Ace. They're doing as they like. There's a chance for McDermott to go for a long hand pass to Kernan for goal number 6, and he's got it, or has he missed it? A goal.
I don't...
And they've done it at their leisure. 15-12, 102, 6-5, 41. Play underway again. Dacos back onto the ground. Players desperate to try and get rid of the ball. Plenty of weight still being thrown around. Robert Dippy had a minute go, and Andrew Jarman having a few words out there, but the umpire's got control of it.
We just got a message from Ansett, or not Ansett, from Australian Airlines. They got the players booked on the plane early in the morning. They're all sitting on the wing.
There's a chance for Victoria, picked up here by Barry Royal. Smothered to Waitman, to Dacos. Dacos has a shot from 40, and that's the luck of the Victorians. Running into an open goal from 30 metres out.
2 beautiful blocks off the boot then by the South Australians. My word, they've been a committed side tonight, and full marks to Coach Graham Corns. He's really worked this side up to peak performance tonight.
Well, if they were racehorses, I think you'd have to swap them, Louis.
I reckon you would. The ball back into play again. DP at Domenico. Back it goes to Morris. A hurried kick, but look how they're performing. They can't do a thing right. The ball is out of bounds. Time running out now, just on the 18.5-minute mark. It's South Australia with the championship well in hand. 15-12, 102 to Victoria. I feel ashamed to read this score out. 6-6-42 as the ball goes back towards Big Sam, and one-handed, no good, over to McDermott, back to Burgess. Ball going towards the boundary line. It's out of bounds. It doesn't worry South Australia.
I've always said, Lou, if you are good enough to put the Victorians under pressure, they make mistakes just the same as any other player.
Billy Goggin will be a very sad man tonight.
He'd be shattered.
Just the ball picked up by Watson, a hand pass coming over to Elvin, but that was a bad one. They've made a ton of mistakes. Down goes Bradley. He can't get clear. Elvin's grabbed 2, and the umpire said it'll be a free kick to Tommy Elvin out there on that half-forward line, but a heck of a distance out from goal.
Yes, there's no way he can kick it. Of course, Salmon and Burton are his only hopes.
There's a lead coming up now. Picked up again by Salisbury. Out towards McDermott and Watson. It's Watson coming out with the ball. A good hand pass to Royal. Back to Elvin.
Wow.
But they're just going through the motions, Victoria. It's a waste of time because these South Australians, the Crow Eaters, got them by the throat.
Yeah, there's been a superb performance out there tonight by every boy in the red jumper.
Desperation by Salisbury on that occasion. The ball being brought into play again. It's Salmon into the ruck against Mickin. Waitman in there desperately trying to get it out. Alvin also for Victoria. Dippy Domenico gets it, but the umpires call the whistle on play.
Oh, there'll be some proud boys here tonight.
Oh, look, they deserve every accolade they get, South Australia, Neil. They've made the play. They've won all around the ground. Victoria not giving up, though. They drive it back towards the full forward zone. Big Madden there, can't bring it to the ground, but here's Hughes. Got a great player for his side tonight. Gets hit after he gets rid of the ball, but Leslie lets fly across to Micken. Micken finds the shorts out here to centre wing, picked up here by the South Australian wingman. Out here looking for a player here in Pays, who dropped a sitter. Dropped a few like that the other night. Just lets Victoria in. Dacos in there trying to get it back. The Pays hasn't given up. Good desperation. The trouble is it's gone Victoria's way. Onto the left boot here of View. It's high. Oh, good strong mark. Williams late on the scene.
Well, there's not too much you can say about this South Australian performance tonight. It's been absolutely superb. It's the best one I've seen in my association, apart from the one in the MCG quite a years.
It's a little bit quiet after half-time, but had a good first half. Pays gets the ball moving quickly, almost in slow motion. Hughes tries to do his best to get the ball. He's going to force it over the line. Plenty of weight being used. Ooh, gets tumbled into the fence there.
Didn't need that one, Bruce.
And the free kick's going to go Bewes' way too. So Andy Bewes from the back pocket position comes up to half-back flank, and the free kick will be paid further up the ground as two players run across the mark. The kick here is going to go in the direction of Barry Royal. No, it's going back to Bewes in 15 metres. Bewes to centre wing, grandstand side, looking for Silvani, trying hard. The ball's been pushed over the line and out of bounds. Good desperation there from Budden.
Just over the 21-minute mark. About 3 minutes to go, 3 or 4 minutes to go, and it's 60 points the difference. That's 10 goals. 10 goals, Victoria down. And South Australia, I should say, are the champs for 1988. Dacos' grab took a fortnight to get rid of that, and the umpire said hold the ball, and rightly so too. And that's how they've played all night, Victoria.
Yeah, but hasn't South Australia's pressure and chasing been tremendous? They just haven't allowed them to get clear.
Well, they've really gone after the Victorians, and their defence has been superb. Their small men have run them off their feet. Well, punched out by Mew. That was a desperation job. Back it comes now to Watson on the line. Got one in the back, but the umpire didn't worry about that. So it's out of bounds about 70 metres around from the South Australian goal. But just look at their score. 15-12, 102 to Victoria, 6-6-42. As we just get over the 22-minute mark. So about 2.5 minutes to go, I would say, as the ball comes back to Dacos. There's the target. And South Australia are the champs for 1988. 15-12, 102 to Victoria. Swamped, 6 goals, 6-42. And what a victory it was for South Australia. Got off to a great start in that first quarter. Victoria never in the race, even though they kicked the first goal against the Breeze. There's Graham Corns, a very proud man. I think he's only coached them 3 times against Victoria and won 3 times. So that's a 100% record. You know, when we saw them play the other night, we may have underestimated New South Wales' performance because they did beat West Australia. And we said, oh, they couldn't possibly beat Victoria, but they've really killed them. And Graham Corns giving a salute to the crowd, and they're loving every moment of it. Look at it. He should be a very proud man. I can see a tear or two in those eyes, Rob.
Well, he's certainly proud. And the thing is, there was an ideal preparation for South Australia. They had a pretty average performance on Thursday night. The Vics had a great performance. They'd be thinking and reading about that. And the South Australian boys will be thinking about their performance and reading how badly they played, and they would have prepared themselves very, very well for this game. And there was some good study and homework done by Coach Graham Corns. He had his little men all over the ground, productive. He controlled the packs around the ground, and their running play was superb. And of course, their defence, supported by their running players, was really fantastic.
Well, there's something our cameras didn't pick up there. Robert Dippy had a minute ago going across to his Hawthorn teammates for South Australia, hugging one another. So the camaraderie and sportsmanship still out there. We'll be back with presentations and wrapping up this great game of football here tonight after this break.
Just a couple of...
Paul Salmon, Victoria.
Well, if we can have Paul Salmon along, the giant Victorian forward.
Congratulations, Paul. Well done.
Congratulations to Paul Salmon, the Tassie medalist winner, the best player in the carnival for 1988. And Paul, I guess I better put the microphone up a fraction. it must be a bit of disappointment to you to lose the game, but from your own point of view, it must be nice to receive an accolade like this.
Well, honestly, winning the carnival was all that mattered, and we've lost tonight, and that just hurts so much. Maybe I'll appreciate it one day. You know, it just hurts a lot to lose. Congratulations to South Australia, though.
And it was a pretty tough game out there. Did you feel that South Australia were going to come at you that hard?
Oh yes, certainly. They're a very talented side, and you know, we respect them, and we expected it. It's probably, probably hurts a bit at the moment, but maybe, hopefully next year we'll get you back.
Thank you very much, Paul.
The field to start this game between New South Wales and West Australia.